Hi guys, this is Luetin, and today we're looking at Rush on Sharqi Peninsula. Now, we played this on my server last night, and we had some really great games. There were some people really listening to the combat and everything that was going on therein. We had team chat on, and I was talking to a lot of the guys there. So we had some really good teamwork combination from randoms and my squad people alike. So we're starting off in the Little Bird, and off we go. And I was saying to this guy JGD, I said take us around the back, because approaching B from the back is always a really good thing to do at the start of this round. You can see the tank and the rest of our squad mates moving up there. The only danger with the helicopter, of course, is that it's quite loud, and it's obviously very, people are always looking for it. We're getting locked up already. They put a SOFLAM on the roof of the building there. And putting a SOFLAM on the roof is obviously a really good thing to do. So, other team, they're not stupid. They're trying their best to prevent us from, using the helicopter in that way. So I wanted to get up here towards these buildings, but you can see it's already been destroyed. A bit of a fail there by me. Scar L does not handle particularly well in these close quarter situations. Its low fire rate really doesn't help, especially against something like the L86, and he's got a laser sight and a foregrip. He's hip firing that gun. But you can see that our team have already pushed up and pushed straight through to B, which is quite unusual because on this base, A is generally the primary one. But we had a couple of... I was helping to designate which targets people should go forward. Obviously my obsessive reloading didn't come in there. I'm getting caught out. You can see up here on the roof, I couldn't find that target. Our optics up there on the roof. But the other thing is, you've got to be quick to communicate. So you see Yodel is coming in here. I immediately called out the optic was there. I said, Yodel, there's a guy directly above the roof there, so letting people know where everyone is. Now, it was this situation where I was explaining that, we just don't have enough people up here. You can see that they've got a lot of guys around here, and we really are just quite outnumbered at the moment. I was saying to the guys that they really need to move up. I told people they need to get smoke, they need to get up here, push forward, move faster, because the longer you take to move forward, the more time it gives them to respawn, and it will make it more and more difficult. We seem to have lost the tank, which is pretty bad news. I didn't actually notice that when I was in the game, believe it or not. I was so obsessed with getting the objective. This is where the Scar L obviously handles the best, this kind of medium and long range engagements. Unfortunately, you can hear. I've noticed a lot more people as well using kind of silenced sniper rifles, M39 and so on and so on. I've seen a lot of guys lately using the M39 as kind of, and also the is it the M87? I think it's the 87. I'm really bad with remembering names of things. I think it's the 87, but a lot of people using that. That is a really good gun though. I've used that plenty myself. Okay, again, just getting caught out here, and you can see that they've got a good hold. This is always a problem with Rush, is that once you've taken one base, it does mean that they can focus purely on that one target. It means they don't have to try and watch two targets at the same time, and it's going to make it much more difficult to take. But that's why speed is really important, because when they only have one target to defend, it means that they can spread out and constantly wave respawn on themselves. Okay, and what we mean by that is, when, say there's two guys near A, they get taken down, if you spend a long time getting back there, then it means that more people are going to be able to respawn, go back up, take their place, and then, you're going to be in exactly the same situation. You won't have gained any ground. So that's why it's important to move quickly, because when you move up fast, if you take out two guys, you want to use that time as an advantage. You don't want to sit back, and you can see what's happened. Look, we got a plant and we killed a few guys. We didn't push up hard enough. But I think part of the problem was obviously taking that tank out, and now we've moved that tank and moved forward, it means that we're in a much better position. I also want to say I did finally manage to reset my server to 24 people. There seems to be some strange glitch at the moment where basically, because I had a close quarters weekend, and obviously close quarters is 16 players, and when I reset my server back to the normal map rotation, it seemed to stick with 16 players. I didn't even notice because I just automatically assumed that it would go back to 24, but it didn't seem to do that, which was weird. And so what I had to do was change to a different map rotation, which also had 24, apply that, play a game of it, and then I've changed back to my other map, and now it's 24 again. So if anyone else is having that problem with their server, that's what you need to do, just change to a different map rotation, which has got 24 people as well, apply that, play it, and then go back to a normal one. Okay, now again, we're using momentum, we want to keep moving up. Okay, we cleared that base out really well, we took 8, so what we want to do is move up very, very fast. The other thing, on this next base, it is extremely important that you go for B first. And you can see we've got B selected by Airborne. And I was calling out to my guys in the team, I was saying to them, okay, we need to go for B. I said, don't anyone go for A. And the reason for that is, if you take A, it's such an easy target. Look at it, it's on the ground floor, it's in a fairly open building. You can just run in and take that, okay? It's never going to be a problem to get A on this base. But B is very, very hard to get, okay? It's up a load of stairs and, staircases, ladders. They've got 2 buildings, they can cover it from the other side. They can, get up in there with claymores, C4. It's a horrible, horrible target to get. So it's really important that you get there fast and take it out immediately. And that's what I was saying to my guys to do. I just want to talk a little bit about reviving team members as well. And people often criticize or say, I get so frequently comments saying, you don't revive, you don't revive. And it's like, there's 2 things, right? The first thing is that often you have other things going on which can be more important. I missed with my grenade. Can be more important than getting revives all the time, okay? And like, for example, if you're in the middle like that of a firefight, you're trying to arm the target, it's more important that you're putting suppression and, you're putting fire back on the enemy. It's more important that you do that than reviving team members in the middle of the road. Because if you revive someone in a situation like that, or, even in a really heavy zone area like this, right, the chances are you can't see all the enemies that are around you. So the chances are that it's much more likely that you're going to basically revive someone and get killed, and they get killed themselves, and then you have achieved nothing. It makes much more sense to try and clear that area, and then if it's safe to do so, revive people. But don't just sort of see 2 people on your map and instantly go for the revive. The other thing is, I get very, very frustrated when I'm in game and people keep reviving me. I actually ask for people not to do that. You might say, why? Well, okay, if someone revives you, okay, and you instantly get killed, people always say to me, oh well, you haven't lost anything. Yeah, you haven't lost anything because you haven't lost any tickets more than when you were originally. That's true. What you have done is wasted loads of time, and that is why I get so annoyed. I've been in several games where I will die, and I get into the menu, and then I get revived. Okay, so it's already been like 7 seconds or something like that, okay? I get revived, I get to stand up, so it's another sort of 10 seconds, 11 seconds, I get killed again, then I'm down, then I get to revive. So it can often be 20 seconds, maybe half a minute, before I actually get to respawn. If people had just left me dead, I would have been back in the game in like, 7, 8 seconds, something like that, and on the ground, moving forward. These kind of time delays will spread throughout your team if people are constantly reviving like that, and it means that you can't put enough pressure on the enemy. That's why I get extremely annoyed when people are constantly reviving, because it actually can be a really, really bad thing for your team, because it stops from people getting back in the game, putting the pressure, and ultimately that can mean that it can actually be the difference between winning or losing. I think if you're going to revive, you have to revive really sensibly. You have to think about when you're reviving. That's why these kamikaze revivers are so bad. Okay, now you see we've moved up again really, really fast from that base. And also, did you notice how on the last base we were taking A so very easily? Right, see, look, okay, we cleared those guys out. Now we go for the revives. You see, I took out Andreas, then I went for the revive. I didn't just go for the auto revive. It's more important that you deal with these guys right here. We've got so many grenades coming in, we needed to arm this target again. Yeah, but on the last base, as I say, A, did you even notice A, how quickly it went? You know, as soon as we got B, A went within seconds because it's such an easy target. So prioritising is always a really important thing to do in Battlefield. That's what's so key to the game. The other thing as well, don't always sit on a target, you see. I know we got to the end here and literally this target blows up before I even managed to get a kill. But the point is, with me jumping out and around there, if you've got that B target armed, you want to have a few people in. Don't just have everyone outside, because you noticed how many grenades would come flying in there. You can clear that room with grenades and RPGs. Anyway, so that was this round, guys. Hope you've enjoyed it. I think it was a really good example, and you know that I've had frustration trying to find good rounds recently. This was a really good example of a good round, well played. Everyone was thinking about their jobs. They actually listened when I was giving them priority targets to follow. And overall, we did, I think we did really well because of it. So thank you for watching. Please leave your comments as always.